Amid the West Asia crisis, which has disrupted the crude oil supplies and rise in prices, Indian refiners have started negotiations for the additional crude cargoes from the US, Russia, and West African countries to ensure the supplies remain adequate. The analysts and officials said that the Indian refiners, which are in the business of converting crude oil into fuels like petrol and diesel, have delayed their maintenance shutdowns and maintaining normal processing rates with an aim to create adequate stock of the fuel to meet the country's requirement in the near term. India is third largest importer of the crude in the world. The country purchases about 88% of its crude oil requirement, which is roughly half of those supplies in the February passing through the Strait of Hormuz. The US, Israel and Iran military conflict has sharply escalated tensions in the region, leading to a near halt in the tanker movements through the Strait of Hormuz. Reports suggest that the non-strait sources are fully operational and are sourcing more and more supplies from non-conflict zones. The top oil ministry source said that the Indian refiners are having discussions to buy crude from West Africa, Latin America and the US. He further said that the US Treasury Department has stated that in order to enable oil to keep flowing into the global market, the Treasury Department is issuing a temporary 30-day waiver to allow Indian refiners to purchase Russian oil that has already been loaded on vessels to India, has opened up another venue. The waiver permits the sale, delivery, or discharge of the crude oil and petroleum products of Russian origin that were loaded onto vessels on or before the March 5th. The exemption remains valid until April 5th. Industry sources said that Indian refiners have started buying Russian oil. Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, Reliance Industries and HPCL Mittal Energy Limited, which had halted the purchases of Russian crude following US sanctions, have started returning to the market to secure Russian cargoes. An oil ministry official reportedly said that India never stopped buying Russian oil. In February, the country imported some 1.04 billion barrels of Russian crude. India is in very comfortable position as far as crude and finished products are concerned, the official reportedly said. As per sources, the combined inventory can meet the country's demand for nearly 50 days. The Petroleum Ministry data stated that India's strategic petroleum reserves have capacity to cover about 9.5 days of net oil imports. The report suggests that the state-run companies have storage for crude and petroleum products equivalent to 64.5 days of net imports. Amid the Middle East conflict, the international crude oil prices have surged to $114 per barrel from around $70 when the US and Israel attacked Iran on February 28th.